Have you considered becoming a professional sports bettor? Let me give you 10 good reasons why you should. If you're ready to find out what's in the box, let's crack on. First things first, number one, it's easy to start. If you can bet legally, there is no barrier to entry. Better still, sports books will contribute to you getting started. By that I mean they're going to give you what they call a first time deposit bonus, right? It's called an FTD. In the USA and places like that, this can be quite substantial, sometimes $1,000, even $1,500 I've seen. By doing this, you'll be able to increase your bank from day one. Newbies can start with match betting, no risk whatsoever. Arbitrage, the same again. Or you can take a little bit more risk and go with value betting. That will help boost you quicker and get to your, where you want to get. Let's go to number two, and that's a low cost entry. Now, you should treat betting as a business. That's what I would recommend. Separate your private money from your betting bank. If you've got 10,000 aside, what you can use for betting, that's a great starting point because it gives you options and it's a reasonable stake that you'll be able to put down. However, if you've got 1,000, right, don't worry about it, right? Just get started. Just look for the, highest deposit bookmaker where you can put in, say, you 500 of that and double it automatically. So they're going to give you credit for 1,000 and then get started. 2 sports books, that's all you'll have to do with that. But again, you've got to start somewhere. There is no excuses, right? You need to maximize the FTD, the first time deposit bonus. Number 3. This business is highly scalable. You're going to learn as you earn, and that money can be reinvested to get further ahead. So sports books are literally paying you for your education and to become even sharper. In other words, a side hustle can be scaled to become big. Did you know that 95% of gamblers actually do value betting? So, these professional gamblers I'm referring to. So you can do exactly the same. It's going to be relatively straightforward. Now, there's big competition out there with the bookmakers. Is that what creates these outstanding odds that you can take advantage of? The market's going to move, they're not going to keep up with each other, and you can pounce. There's software to help you. And I should also mention that, even the biggest of the bookmakers like Bet365, they get thousands of odds wrong every day. All you need is basic knowledge. I can assure you, some of the people that I know that are doing this, they're making 5 to 100,000 a month. One of the guys who started with me about 7 or 8 years ago, right, he's doing 120 grand a month purely from value and arbitrage betting. He doesn't take any risk, and you can believe me, he wouldn't know how many football players were on a field, right? So that's how simple it is. I would also recommend, I'm going to leave a link in the description for this, that you use Rebel Betting for this because it's really easy to follow and to get some outstanding odds. Think on the long term that it's going to all be about the logistics, the longevity of betting accounts, keeping them open, yes. And those with a bigger ambition, if you really want to go deep in this, right, then you might want to start thinking about sourcing information, sports modeling, or look at in-play betting, building bots and other technology. There is so much you can do with this business, and like I want to reiterate, the bookmakers are literally paying you from day one. So even with no experience, they're going to pay for your education. Now, I also want to tell you that one of my neighbours actually did this. I learned the other day, and he apparently paid for all of his college just doing this simple method, right? Now, number 4 is it's recession proof. Now, for pros, betting is totally recession proof, and what I mean by that is that it's not like the bookmakers, that they're going to be relying on economics, whether people have got money or not, right? As far as the bettor goes, the odds stay the same, the limits stay the same, nothing really changes, nothing's going to go pear-shaped, yeah? bookmakers are competing for business, and that's always going to create opportunities for you, right? So it's a no-brainer. You need to make sure that you get hold of that, and if you do, then you're going to be fine, right? So the next one is age resistant. So in most countries, betting is legal from 18 years old, right? So as long as you sort of reach that stage, you can bet. So college students, for example, I know a lot of these guys, like I mentioned before, that are making money. It's better than flipping burgers. You can make a hell of a lot more than sort of $10, $20 an hour if you know what you're doing, right? And also you've got the brain capacity, and you're going to get the help at places like college and university, right? But don't worry, if you're an older guy, you've just retired, right? This could supplement also your income. Yes, it's good for stay-at-home mothers, stay-at-home fathers, also, should I say, even hermits, that people who don't want to leave the house, right? They can all take advantage. Now, obviously for professional gamblers like myself, it's a lifestyle choice, right? I've been doing this for like 30 years, and I've made some incredible money doing this, and I wouldn't say anything any different, right? So that's something I want you to take on board. The next part is you get to choose your own schedule and location. Being your own boss, right? What's better than that? Yeah, you decide when you get out of bed, you decide what you're going to be betting, you decide what you're going to be doing that day. Now, I recommend that you sort of build this around when it's the best time to bet, so optimizing opportunity, because sort of 6 hours fishing in an empty pond is going to lead to not many fish being caught, whereas in a full pond, obviously you're going to come out with the big fish and make the money quicker. So think it through about the time schedule, but basically you can take an holiday when you wish to, you can travel, you can work from anywhere in the world once you've got this properly set up, and that's the most important thing. It's all about the sort of setup and getting yourself arranged properly, right? Number 7 is the financial independence. I would like to say it's a massive incentive, especially to somebody like me. I've never worked for anybody in my life, right? If you look at like the Tony Blooms, the Matthew Benhams, the Billy Walters, right? They've all made billions doing this business, and they've used this money to create other businesses, and do a lot of good stuff as well. Yes, so it's reach for the sky. If you want to be very rich, then you just make sure you put in a big effort. Yeah. You're not reliant on a company or boss for a paycheck, and you're going to get paid exactly what you're worth, right? So you don't have to also be worried about being laid off after 30 years, do you? Imagine you've sort of worked for a company, you've given it 30 years, you're 55 years old, who's going to take you now? You'll be flipping burgers. So, do not let these people get you down. It's the grind, it's part of the business. If you play the game properly and you do it from day one and you sort of build yourself into this, there's always opportunity in betting, and it's a great way to get forward, right? And believe me, I can assure you, you're going to make more money than you ever thought if you do it properly, right? It's better than working your way up the corporate ladder. You are sort of escaping the matrix as such, but yes, this is very important, especially, like I say, to somebody like myself who would never want to work for anybody. But now, number 8, this is the one that really sort of sticks out of the box for me, because it's definitely done it for me, and this is the business grounding. Yeah, it's the best business grounding that you're going to ever get. You've learned to bet, you've learned to sniff out opportunities, right? At the beginning, you learn to bootstrap, how to keep things tight, how to play with the money that you got, how to build a bank, right? It's great. You learned how to use the cash flow, the money that you had coming in, to spread it around and make you more money. It's like basically soldiers going out and, defeating other armies and then getting those to actually work for them, yes? So, you learn also things like evaluation, mitigating risk. Yeah, pro betting, it's all about, it's a proper teaching format. You become a good judge of character, and you learn to delegate chores, right? When you're starting managing, then this is also a great business to get you up to the sort of next level in your own business, even if you want to just use it for that sort of stepping scale in the beginning, yes? Now, evaluating chance, in my opinion, is one of the best skill sets that you'll ever get in life, right? So in short, you're going to acquire the instinct of an entrepreneur. So number 9 is going to be a strong network, the proximity test, so to say. Successful gamblers are highly respected. Everybody wants to be your friend. You can believe me, I get hundreds of messages each day, and they all want to be my friend, obviously. What I also like is that in this business, you know, you meet a lot of like friends that are on the same level as you, right? And you can use them for like joint ventures, other business, you know, like even funding, or you fund them, or whatever. There's always ways to sort of incorporate yourself into different types of situations, yes? So think it through. The advantages are absolutely immense, right? And finally, number 10 is going to be the rewards and actually beating the system, right? You know, doing this type of business, obviously, it's going to build massive confidence. You're going to be a person that people want to surround themselves with, right? But not only that, you're going to be very successful in your own right, and you're going to make, you know, a fair whack. Right, so you get paid what you are worth. That's the most important thing, in my opinion, because the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. If you're just a lazy individual, it's not going to work for you. But if you really put in the effort, you are going to. Of course, you're going to get a high standard of living out of it as well. You know, when you've got kids like moi, and you send them to private school and so on, right? You know, it's cost a fortune, and yes, everybody wants to live a sort of happy life, and I'm afraid it does take money to really sort of follow that. You're going to be able to provide, like I say, and basically the world becomes your oyster. So, you know, these are just what I really wanted to mention as 10 points. Surely there's many more, but you've just got to ask yourself, are you in? Yes? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to get started? Are you going to go out there? You're going to start thinking about this? Or are you going to act on these words? Yes? Or have you already started? If you have, then please drop us a comment. You know, tell us what experience you've had, and maybe we can sort of help you along a little bit. Yeah? Just leave a comment always, and maybe give us a like, and yeah, you know, subscribe to this channel if you want more like these videos. So we'll catch us in the next one soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.